Yo guys, Pantherslap here. Today we have my original PlayStation collection, PS1 collection. Wow. Let's dive in. So I've got this pile on the left. There's actually probably about 6 piles like that, so I don't know if this is going to be, probably a multiple part video. So the original Diablo 2-player classic. Loved playing this on the PS1, beat it. Beautiful game. Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko, Eidos. Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics with the price tag on it there, $19.99. I did not pay that price. I buy most of my games used, so I didn't pay a lot of money for these. There's just the black label version of Tactics, so one of each. I've been collecting since like 2015, so I managed to get quite a few of these on the cheap. Final Fantasy Origins contains the first 2 games remastered. Sweet. Got a lot of Final Fantasy games, obviously, because it's the PS1. I mean, Final Fantasy VIII, A Bug's Life classic, still on the cheap. Must-have game. I remember playing that when it first came out. Final Fantasy VIII, another one with the price on it, another copy. Final Fantasy Anthology, the collector's package, Squaresoft. Very nice, 5 and 6 on there, Final Fantasy. Swag, man. Picked this up at the Vancouver Retro Gaming Expo for like $10. Stoked to have this obscure gem in my collection. Tecmo's Deception, Invitation to Darkness. Love collecting like horror games. Gex Enter the Gecko, the original one. Nice. Dino Crisis and Dino Crisis. I have 2 copies because they were such a good deal. Tomb Raider 3 Adventures of Lara Croft. Classic Tomb Raider, not quite the, prism titties, but just a little more rounded in that game, I believe. Alright, there's more stacks. I've got them just on a table beside me, so I'm just going to be kind of grabbing some stacks here and moving some stacks out of the way. Alright, we're back. Boom, Blasto. Love the holographic cover. Rescue the Babes. Oh, to Save Uranus. Awkward. Harvest Moon, no manual. If you have a manual, hit me up. I got it for like $10 without the manual. Great deal. Just a memory card case. Ark the Lad collection. This is just like a rogue, like not the authentic case. I don't even know I got this in a collection. It's just like one of the discs from the Ark the Lad collection. So I don't know if anybody's looking for that specific piece. Let me know. I'm down to trade or sell it. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, sick looking old school game. Oh, I have 2 of those. Got them really cheap as well. Twisted Metal 3 classic with the clown art on the front. Really sick. Look at all those vehicles you got to choose from. This is classic fun destruction with your friends back in the day. Wild Arms 2. Always got to collect some JRPGs. A lot of JRPGs on the PS1. Chrono Cross. Timeless Adventure. Crash 2. Loaded. Body Bag Not Included. Possibly the Bloodfest title of the year. Brrr! Bunch of characters to choose from. Little like beat 'em up brawl game. Final Fantasy VII, Greatest Hits. Final Fantasy VIII. I have so many copies of Final Fantasy VIII. People are just giving them away. Final Fantasy IX. Another copy of Final Fantasy IX, Greatest Hits. Boom, Wild Arms, the original. Star Ocean. I actually have the player's guide or strategy guide for this somewhere. I got this and the guide, excuse me, for a relatively good deal. Quite a few years ago, actually. Like Legend of Dragoon, a classic for the console. So another copy of Final Fantasy VII. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Wow. Bet a lot of you have memories with this game. It doesn't even like make sense. The gameplay is not the same as other games, if you know what I mean. Oh, we've got some discs falling out here. Oh, what's this? Another copy Final Fantasy and another copy of Chrono Cross. These were everywhere. Like, people were giving, like, I got those like $10 a piece, like Canadian tops. Crash Warped. Crash Team Racing with the holographic manual. And we have a Crash Team Racing without the holographic manual. Crash Bandicoot Original Greatest Hits. Crash Bash. Resident Evil Director's Cut. I haven't checked the prices on a lot of these in a while. I'm assuming they're all doing fairly well. Spawn with the holographic cover. They're sweet looking game. Had to have that. Final Fantasy VII. I believe this is the Masterpiece misprint. Yeah, see there. The I is not where it's supposed to be. Spyro Ripto's Rage. Patriotic Pinball. I'm Canadian though. Final Fantasy Chronicles with Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy IV. Sweet. Twisted Metal 2. Twisted Metal 4. MTV Music Creation for the PlayStation. Wow. Oh, look, it's more Chrono Cross. Wow, what a surprise. Yeah, I got a few copies of that, I don't know. Disney's Tarzan, classic. Oh. Tiny Toon Adventures, The Green Beanstalk. Interesting looking platformer. I guess I could show you Tarzan. Beyblades, Beyblades, let it rip. That was for my buddy Nathan. Shout out to Nathan. Wild 9. Torture Your Enemies. Kind of an obscure title. I have 2 copies of this just because like it seems like it's kind of rare and obscure. Here's my actual copy of Harvest Moon Back to Nature, but I still would like to complete that other one. Oh wait, more Final Fantasy VIII, and more Final Fantasy VII, and we have more Final Fantasy VII. If you are looking for Final Fantasy games, I've got them. Pipe Dreams 3D. Maze puzzle game. Cool looking art though on the cover. Tekken 3. Classic Fight Your Friends. There's the other copy of Wild 9. Memory card holder. Oh, we're getting pretty full here. Twisted Metal 2. It's kind of sketchy moving all these games, you know? Alright, this is the last stack. Vagrant Story. Sick RPG. It's catching some traction, people know. Oh, we got some heavy stuff here at the end. Elemental Gearbolt. Look at that, the holographic cover. Beautiful light game. Working designs, knocking it out of the park, as always. Got anime cutscenes, all the good stuff, RPG elements. Wow, Mega Man Legends 2. Minty. Silhouette Mirage with the original sticker. That's how you know it's the original case for the game, just so you guys know if you're ever trying to pick up this Working Designs classic. Big investment piece. Ray Storm, win at $10,000, signature series, Working Designs. Wow. Just beautiful games that they produced on the PS1. Alone in the Dark. The New Nightmare. Horror game, I invest. Resident Evil Survivor, kind of one of the more obscure Resident Evil titles on the console. We've got Nemesis, the third installment of Resident Evil. It's in your blood. What are you buying? Resident Evil 2 in the kind of fat pack. Can you survive the horror? And then back here we've got Frogger 2, just sealed, randomly came across. Collector's edition of Grand Theft Auto. Contains 1, 2, and London. I got both of the Lunars Working Designs. These are both complete with all the shenanigans in it. I'm not going to go through it today with you. Maybe that'll be its own video. You know, I can go through what is in here and what makes it complete. Spyro. It's got all 3 games in it. Really sick collector's edition to have. I mean, have all 3 classic Spyros. And here's like the biggest, heaviest game in the collection, actually. The Misadventures of Trombone. It's very rare spin-off where you play the bad guys in Mega Man type Legends. I picked this up for really cheap. I knew it was a good deal. Looks like it was an old Blockbuster game. I have the demo disc as well. I mean, I know you can probably get the marker off. I'm not risking it at this point in time. It's not doing any harm in my opinion at this point. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope it was insightful, or you had a good time, or you learned something, or you know, remembered a game that you used to play when you were a kid. As always, there's going to be more videos every Sunday, and also more packs in the future.